Hi, this is Angie from IELTS Power, recording a series of videos that will guide you through the process of writing an essay. These videos, as well as you doing your homework, which basically means writing the essay at the end of the video, will help you get a much higher score on the IELTS Task 2. I will start by showing you how to make a diagram, then I will show you how to write an outline, and then I will give you a list of words and expressions that you can use to write your essay. Finally, you need to get as much practice as you can, so write your essay at the end of the video and send it to me at the address below. If you are one of the first 3 senders, you will receive free feedback on your essay. Thank you for watching the video, and please remember to subscribe below. Hi, this is Angie from IELTS Success, and in this video, we will look at one of the latest IELTS topics. Here it is. In some societies, more and more people are choosing to live on their own. What are the reasons people choose to do this? Is it a positive or a negative trend? So as you can see, the task is asking you to do 2 things. One is to state the reasons why you think people choose to live alone. And the second is to state whether, in your opinion, this is a positive or a negative trend. Let's begin with the first part. To organize my ideas, I created a diagram. In the middle, I wrote the topic: why more people live on their own. Then, in the remaining 3 circles, I wrote 3 main reasons that I believe drive the trend. One reason is economic freedom, another is cultural changes, and the other is the development of communication technology. Now, I need to find supporting ideas for each one of these reasons. These supporting ideas will show the reader how each of these 3 reasons contributes to the trend. Let's start with economic freedom. The development of welfare states gave people equal access to high-paying jobs. This means that more people can now afford to live alone. In addition to that, globalization and multinational companies have created jobs around the world, and these jobs brought financial freedom to more individuals. Next, cultural changes. In today's society, there is less pressure on young individuals and on women in special to get married. Also, in many of these societies, divorce is okay. Finally, with the development of welfare states and the Industrial Revolution, the focus has shifted on individual development, which means that people can now choose career before marriage. And finally, the development of communication technology with video calls and social media has made living alone more bearable. Now that the ideas are in order, you can proceed to the outline. The outline shows you how an essay is organized. Every essay has an introduction. In the introduction, you need to do the following things. Paraphrase the essay question. In other words, you need to rewrite the essay question in your own words. Then, you need to write a thesis statement. A thesis statement is what the essay is about. In our case, the reasons why people choose to live alone and how this choice may impact the society and the individual. And finally, you need to have 1 or 2 sentences outlining what you are going to do in the essay, the order in which you will present the information. In our case, you could write, for instance, this essay begins by exploring the factors contributing to the rise in solo living. It then analyzes the impact this trend has on the society and on the individual. Now, let's talk about the second part of the task, whether this trend is positive or negative. To be able to decide that, we need to analyze both the advantages and the disadvantages. Let's start with the positive aspects of the rise in solo living. There is a positive effect on the society at large. More people living alone leads to an increase in the need for housing, and this means more housing projects, and these projects create jobs. Then there is a positive effect on individuals. Living alone means more freedom of choice and fewer expenses. Now let's turn to the negative aspects. Directly related to housing projects, there is a loss of green space, and less green space may cause depression. Then, with more people living alone, there is more traffic, and more traffic leads to stress. And then there is, of course, loneliness, and loneliness could lead to depression. And finally, stress and depression can cause disease. Now, the question is, do the advantages of solo living outweigh the disadvantages? And that is for you to decide. After the introduction, you need to outline the body paragraphs. In our case, we have 2 body paragraphs. Body paragraph 1 details the 3 reasons why more people live alone. This should be reflected in the topic sentence, as each paragraph needs to have a topic sentence. Then, you need to explain how each of the 3 reasons contributes to the trend. To do so, try to answer 4 questions: what, why, how, and what else. Let's look at the first reason, economic freedom. The what is the development of welfare states. The why is it allowed equal access to high-paying jobs. And to answer the question how, you need to show how equal access to high-paying jobs created economic freedom, and then how economic freedom or accumulation of wealth made living alone affordable for more people. What else? Globalization. Again, why? It allowed the formation of multinational enterprises. How? And here, you need to show how the creation of more jobs around the world contributes to the rise in solo living. And you can do the same with the other 2 reasons. Let's now turn to paragraph 2. As I mentioned before, each paragraph needs to have a topic sentence. In our case, the topic sentence could be something along these lines. There are both positive and negative aspects to living alone, but the positive aspects outweigh the negative ones. Or, if you want, the negative aspects outweigh the positive ones. Now, I believe that the negative aspects outweigh the positive ones, so I've designed this outline to reflect that. What I will do is I will discuss the positive ideas, and then I will refute them. Supporting idea 1, it's good for the society. With supporting detail 1, there are more housing projects, this creates more jobs. But on the flip side, there's also more traffic, less green space, and these 2 can lead to stress and therefore depression. Supporting idea 2, living alone might be good for individuals. Supporting detail 2, they have more freedom of choice and fewer expenses. But on the other hand, there's also loneliness. Loneliness might lead to depression. And finally, stress and depression could cause disease. Finally, the conclusion. In the conclusion, you need to summarize the main points. In our case, summarize the reasons, summarize the advantages and the disadvantages, and then conclude with your point of view, whether advantages outweigh disadvantages, or whether, in my case, disadvantages outweigh advantages. Here are some useful expressions you can use in this essay and in other essays. Something is driving the rise. For example, accumulation of wealth is driving the rise. Stems from. For example, the rise of solo living stems from accumulation of wealth. Another reason why more people live alone is that another driving force behind this trend enables people to, for example, financial freedom enables people to. The rise of living alone is driven by living alone is on the rise. And instead of people living alone, You can also say solo dwellers, individuals living on their own, living or being in a single household. Well, this is the end of the video. Remember to write the essay and send it to me at the address below. I will send personalized feedback on the first 3 essays I receive. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe to my channel.